Hello students, today we will learn about the clubbing of income, the concept name clubbing of income. So clubbing means it is a adding back of income. So clubbing of income means adding back of the income. So here an SSC or a taxpayer, he has to pay tax on his own income. He has to pay tax on his own income. So if he earn more income, then he has to pay more taxes. So when they have more income, they has to pay more taxes. So what the taxpayer will think, they will attempt to reduce their taxes. They will try to reduce their taxes by transferring their income to some of the person, to some other, maybe to the relatives, maybe to the wife or to the children. So to prevent such taxpayer who reduces their tax burden by transferring their property or by transferring their income to the others, so to prevent the such taxpayer, government has introduced the clubbing of income. Clubbing of income means adding back those income to the individuals to his own income. So see here, there is a tendency among the taxpayer to avoid or reduce their tax burden. So the taxpayer, they will try to reduce their tax burden. So this is done by legally shifting an income. They will legally shift their income, some part of income which belongs to the SSC, which belongs to him, to some other person, to some other his relatives, maybe to the wife or to the children or any other relatives. So this process here, government has introduced the clubbing of income, adding back their income. Those income is added back. So here the process of including the income of one individual in the total income of another individual. One individual income is added in the total income of another individual is called clubbing of income. So the income so clubbed is deemed income. So the income so clubbed means the income so added is called as a deemed income. So that income will be taxed in the hands of the SSC individual. So that income which is added back is known as deemed income, and it is taxable in the hands of taxpayer. Example we can take as transfer of income without transfer of asset. Here we'll see one example, transfer of income without transfer of a asset. Here individual transfers his income without transferring of asset. We'll take that example. Suppose Mr. A has one house property. He owns one house property here. He is owning one house property. So Mr. A, this is the owner of this house is Mr. A. So Mr. A owns one house property which is given for rent. This house is given for a rent or let out. This house is given for a rent. So in order the rental income, the owner of this house is Mr. A. So the rental income received from this house belongs to Mr. A. So in order to reduce his income, Mr. A, he plans to in order to reduce his income or in order to reduce his taxes. So if rental income is included in this Mr. A's income, it is added in the under the head income from house property. So the whatever the rent received is taxable under the head income from house property while calculating the Mr. A total income. So what this Mr. A thinks, in order to reduce his income, in order to reduce his tax or in order to reduce his income, he will give the right of this rent to his Mrs. A or any of his relative, maybe to Mrs. A or maybe his son or daughter or daughter-in-law. Like he may transfer the right to receive the rent to some other person. Actually the owner of house is Mr. A, but the rent rental income, he will shift the rental income to some other person, he will transfer. So this is done by legally shifting an income. An income means the rental income which belongs to the assessee, which belongs to the Mr. A, to some other person. So here there is a tendency among the taxpayer. So the taxpayer will try to avoid or reduce their tax burden by shifting, legally shifting the income. Rental income is legally shifting to the his relatives. So when the rent is legally shifted to these relatives, he can show that he is not receiving the rent from this house, he is not receiving any rent. So his income from house property will be nil, no income from house property. He is not getting no income, any income under the head income from house property, and he can show as a less total income, and on the less income he can pay less tax. So that is what he think. So in order to prevent such um, activities, the government has introduced the clubbing of income. If a government or income tax department finds that such properties income is transferred to some other relatives or some other person, then those income, those rental income should be added back to the GTA of gross total income of Mr. A. It is added back. So this adding back of this income is known as clubbing of income. So clubbing of income means the process of including the income of one individual. The income of this person is actually the income of this person in the total income of another individual is called clubbing of income. So I have given the example of transfer of income. Here he has transferred the income without transferring the ownership of asset. He has not transferred the ownership of asset, but he has transferred only the rental income what he received from this house, which is belong to his relatives. So this is about the clubbing of income. Next we will see set off of losses and carry forward of losses. Set off of losses means, it means setting off of losses against the income of the same year or in the future. So for example, if an assessee or a taxpayer has a business loss, he has a business loss, he can set off that loss, he can set off that loss against the income of other heads, against the income of other heads. Like, so set off means setting off of losses against the income of the same year. So against the income of the same year. So this is a particular 1 year 2019-20 previous year 2019-20 year income. So he has incurred a loss under business under one of his business. He has incurred a loss under one of his business, and he can set off that loss against if he has any other income, he can set off, means he can deduct that loss. For example, he has incurred 3 lakh loss under business income, he can set off that loss against house property income. 3 lakh is a loss. If he has a house property 5 lakh income, he can set off 5 lakh minus 3 lakh on only on 2 lakh amount, and assuming no other income, only on 2 lakh amount he can pay a tax. So if there is no set of provision is not given, then he has to pay. Even if he incur a loss under business, he has to pay tax on this 5 lakh income. So set off of loss means he can reduce his income by deducting the losses. So it means setting off of losses against the income of the same year. He can reduce that income in the same year or in the next future assessment year also. So that is what it means, setting off of losses against the income of the same year or in the future. Next concept is carry forward of loss. Carry forward loss means where the assessee could not set off the loss in the assessment year of their occurrence, the unabsorbed loss or balance loss can be carried forward for the set off against his income in the subsequent year. So carry forward means if he has a more loss but he is having less income, so he can't here he could not set off the loss in that particular assessment year. In that particular assessment year, he could not reduce his losses. He could not reduce his income by setting off of losses. So, when SSC could not set off loss in the assessment year of their occurrence, the unabsorbed loss, the balance loss what he get out of, if the loss is 8 lakh and he has only 5 lakh income, then how much this 5 lakh is set off in the same year. Balance how much the 3 lakh loss can be carry forward to the next year. That loss can be set off against the income of next year, against his income in the subsequent year, so that he can no need to pay tax if he is having a. If you take this example here, no need to pay tax because his loss is 8 lakh, his house property income is 5 lakh. So it means there is no income to pay tax. He is having loss here, so no need to pay tax even though he is having an income under one head and he is having incurred a loss in another head, so no need to pay tax on this 5 lakh income. So he can set off, he can reduce his income by setting off of losses. So if he can't set off in the one particular year, so that loss, here how much loss left? 3 lakh loss not able to set off because he is having only 5 lakh income. So 3 lakh loss can be carried forward to the next year, can be balance loss can be carried forward for the next year in order to set off. So again in the next year, if he is having any business income, then he can set off that loss in the next year. So that is about the carry forward of loss. Now we'll see about the condition of set off and carry forward of losses. Here condition means here a particular head loss cannot be set off against other head loss, or we have to learn here, we need to learn which head loss can be set off against in the which head income. So there is a condition which loss can be set off against which income and which loss cannot be set off against which income. So that condition we'll learn here. So we have totally 5 heads of income. Under that, first head is income from salary. Income from salary. So we are not going to get loss under the head income from salaries here. So next we will see second head. Second head means here first point, loss from house property. So if a taxpayer has a loss under the head house property, if he has not received any rent from his house property, it means it is a loss to him, loss from house property. So he is having a house property and he is given a rent let out, but he has not received a rent there. It means he incurred a loss here. So loss from house property. So this loss from house property can be set off. He can reduce that loss against other heads of income. Maybe against salary income, income from house property. If he is having a salary income, he can reduce that loss from the salary income. If he is having income from house property, he can reduce, means he can deduct that loss from house property income, or he can reduce or deduct from the business or professional income or capital gain and income from other sources except the casual income. So if he is having a house property loss, if he is having any loss under the head house property, he can reduce that loss under any heads of income. If he is having any other heads of income, he can reduce that particular head loss against other income, but except the casual income. Casual income means winning from card games, winning from lotteries, crossword puzzles. So those are casual income. On that income he cannot reduce his loss, means that those casual income are compulsorily taxed. We cannot reduce those income by reducing the losses. So in one particular assessment year, he has a house property loss and he is not having other income to reduce. He cannot set off that loss in one particular year. Then he can carry forward that losses. To the next 8 assessment year, like 2019, 20, 2020, 21, like continuously for 8 year he can carry forward. He can take that loss to the next years. If he is having any income in any of these 8 year, he can reduce that income by deducting his loss from house property. Understood? So the loss from house property can be set off against all the heads of income. Here all the heads of income is covered except the casual income. Remember, it is the loss from house property cannot be set off against casual income. It can be set off against any heads of income and it can be carried forward for the 8 assessment year. Next, second point is loss from business or profession. So if a taxpayer or a assessee has a loss under business or a professional income, then he can carry forward that loss. He can set off that loss against other income. Now we'll see there are some conditions to the business income. So under business income we have speculation income and non-speculative income. Speculative and non-speculative income, or speculation income and non-speculation income. So if a individual or if a taxpayer, if an assessee has a speculative loss, if he is having a speculative loss, then it can be, that loss can be set off only against speculative income. That loss can be set off only against speculative income. He cannot use this loss to set he cannot use other heads of income to set off his speculative loss. And if he cannot set off that loss in one particular assessment year against his speculative income, then he can carry forward that loss to the next 4 years. He can take that loss to the next 4 years to set off. After 4 years, he has to exclude that loss. He has to skip that loss. Next, under that non-speculative loss. Here, non-speculative loss. If a taxpayer has a non-speculative business and he incurred a loss under non-speculative business, so that loss can be set off against income from salary, income from house property, income from business and profession, speculative and non-speculative business, capital gain and income from other source except salary income and casual income. Remember, under the business income we have two heads, speculative loss and non-speculative loss. Speculative loss can be set off only against speculative income. Non-speculative loss can be set off against any heads of income but except salary income and casual income. So from the first head, salary income, it cannot be set off. If he is having a loss under non-speculative business and he is having a salary income, but he cannot reduce that loss, he cannot deduct that loss amount from his salary income. So that is the condition. But here this non-speculative loss can be carried forward for the next 8 years. So if he cannot set off, or if he cannot reduce or deduct particular non-speculative loss in a one assessment year, then he can carry forward, he can take that loss to the next 8 assessment years. Third one is capital gain. Under that we have two, long-term capital and short-term capital. Under long-term capital, so if a assessee has a long-term capital loss, if he is having a long-term capital loss, then it can be set off only against long-term capital gain. Long-term capital loss, it is set off only against long-term capital gain. It cannot be set off, this loss cannot be set off against other heads of income. It can be set off only if he is having a long-term capital gain, then he can reduce that loss from this long-term capital gain. He cannot use other income to reduce his long-term capital, to reduce this loss. Next, second one is short term capital loss. So if a taxpayer has a short term capital loss, then it can be set off against any of the capital gain from a long term capital gain as well as short term capital gain. So for the capital gain, it requires capital gain only. For the long term capital loss, only long term capital gain can be utilized. For short term capital loss, it can be utilized to set off from long term capital gain and short term capital gain. So these capital gain losses can be carried forward for the next 8 assessment year. If he cannot set off or he cannot deduct the loss from this capital gain under in 1 year, then he can carry forward to the next assessment, next 8 assessment years. Next, we will see income from other sources. Next, see the fourth one, income from other sources. So if under the head income from other source, if an individual or taxpayer or assessee has a loss under the head other sources, he can set off that loss against other income. Now we'll see the condition. First one, loss from owning and maintaining race horses. So owning and maintaining horse races, race horses means if a owner of a horse, if a owner of a horse gets income like prize money because of owning that horse, because he is a owner of that horse and he gets a prize money like first prize, second prize, third prize. So that is a income to him. Prize money received from that because of a owner of being a owner of a horse, he get a prize money, so that is a income to him. So that is a income from owning and maintaining race horses. Expenses, maintaining means he might incur expenses for maintaining that horses, like for giving food or maybe medical treatment or any expenditure he might incur for maintaining that horses. So if an individual incurs loss under owning and maintaining race horses, and he can set off that loss only against the income when he gets the income from owning and maintaining that race horses, then he can set off that. If a loss from owning and maintaining race horses can be set off only against income from owning and maintaining race horses. And this loss can, if he cannot set off that loss, if he cannot deduct that loss in one particular year, then he can carry forward that loss to the next 4 assessment year. Next, second one is other losses under the head income from other source, under the head other sources. Under the head income from other sources, if he might get any other losses. So any heads of income in the financial year. So if he is having a loss under the head other sources other than this, maybe interest, bank interest, dividend loss, like any other losses under the head other sources, then he can set off that loss under in any of the income in the one particular year, except casual income. Casual income is not used to set off in any of the head. Here it is not used. Here also not used. Here it is used only speculative, means casual income is not used. Here also casual income not used. So this except casual income, he can utilize any of the income to set off this loss. But these losses are not allowed for carry forward. It should be, if he incur a loss in 1 year, it should be set off against the income in the same year, income of other head in the same year only. It cannot be carried. It is not allowed for carry forward. See here, some of condition are there. Note, any loss cannot be set off against casual income. So any head, if you have any heads of losses in the any one of head loss, it cannot be set off against casual income. That I have already told. Casual income is not utilized for set off of any losses. So casual income means winning from lotteries. If a person wins any lottery, crossword puzzles, horse races, card game. So this is income from horse race, means through betting. in the horse race through betting the horses. If he earn any income, then that income is treated as a casual income. That income is not allowed to set off any losses, so it has to be taxed. Casual income has to be taxed, so it is not allowed to reduce with while for deducting that losses. Second one, loss from exempted source of income cannot be set off. Means exempted source means we can take agricultural income. Agricultural income is a exempt income. So if he is having any agricultural loss, then loss from this exempted source of income cannot be set off. Means agricultural income is not taxed. So we can, no need to reduce that loss. So it is however not taxed income. It is exempted source of income and it is not allowed to set off. Loss from exempted source of income or agricultural loss are not allowed to set off. Third one is loss from illegal business. Illegal business cannot be set off. It is illegal, so it cannot be allowed to set off. Then loss under the head income from house property, which is allowed to set off against other heads of income, is restricted to rupees 2 lakh for each assessment year. The balance unabsorbed loss or the balance loss is allowed to carry forward to the next assessment year and set off accordingly. Means, so if a assessee has a loss under the head income from house property, so there is a maximum limit to set off in 1 year, that is 2 lakh. In a one particular year, he can set off up to 2 lakh in other heads. So lost under the head income from house property, which is allowed to set off against other head. So if, for example, we can say if a assessee or a taxpayer has two house property, so in one house property he is having a loss and he is having a income under another house property, then that loss can be set off against other house property income. So any amount of loss can be set off against any amount of income from the same head. So from the same head he can set off any, there is no restricted limit. But to set off against other heads of income, if he is not having any house property income, then he has to go for a set off. If he is not having house property income, then he can set off against salary income, business income, capital gain, other source. So here which is allowed to set off against other heads of income is restricted to rupees 2 lakh for each assessment year. In 1 year it is allowed to set off a loss from house property maximum of 2 lakh rupees. Beyond that he cannot set off. Balance loss is carried forward to the next year. Balance unabsorbed loss. Balance unabsorbed means the remaining loss. Balance loss is allowed to carry forward to the next assessment year, and again it should be set off again accordingly. Means if he is having a house property income, then he can set off complete and from the house property, and if he is not having enough house property income to deduct that loss, then he can utilize other heads of income, but there is a restriction of 2 lakh rupees. So in 1 year he can deduct only 2 lakh, he can set off only 2 lakh rupee. So similarly, it should be noted that while setting off of loss under the head house property in the same year, it can be set off with any other heads of income except casual income. So in 1 year, if he is having in the year of occurrence, if he has incurred a loss in 1 year, then he can set off that loss against any heads of income, against any other heads of income except casual income. Except casual income, he can set off against any heads of income except casual income. The loss from one house property can be set off against any heads of income except casual income. But so see here, it should be noted that while setting off of loss under the head house property in the same year, it can be set off with any other heads of income except casual income. But In case of any loss is being carry forward, means the balance loss will be carry forward to the next year. So in case of any loss being carry forward to the next assessment year, it can be set off only against income from house property. Set off accordingly means here it can be set off only against house property. It is not used to set off other heads of income. Next, carry forward business loss can be set off only against income from business only. So if he carry forward, if he can't set off that particular loss under this head, non-speculative business, if he cannot set off this loss from any of this head, and then it is carry forward to next year. So in the next year, this carry forward loss should be set off only against the same income. Only against carry forward business loss can be set off only against income from business only. That is the condition. So the fifth point is income from owning and maintaining race horses and income from horse races are different. This is I explained. Income from owning and maintaining horse races means the gross amount of prize money received on a race by the owner on account of horses winning from horse races, maybe first, second, third place. That is the main income what he gets because of owning that horses and maintaining that horses. Income from horse race means it is a horse race means income upon which betting are made lawfully. This taxpayer can go for a betting. So if he earn any income from betting from that horse race, in the horse race, if he earn any income through betting, then that is known as income from horse race. So income from horse race and income from owning and maintaining horse races are different. So this one is not allowed to set off. This is a casual income, and owning and maintaining race horses can be allowed to set off.